Bum, 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 bum. Alright, there we go. Hello, hello, I'm the Chris who plays games. Welcome to the stream. Today we're going to be finishing up the Super Mario Bros. 3 run with no power-ups that I started earlier this week. So we are at 116 deaths so far. This puts me for the top score so far in the thing. Unfortunately, like golf, lower score is better here. And so I am far, far above the third place finisher so far of 75 deaths, and working towards 150 at this point. That was my initial guess, and we're going to see how close we get to it. This is World 8. We're entering into this with only 0 lives, but on the plus side, with these first two things, as soon as you clear them, they go away, so I don't have to worry about dying on purpose to try and, you know, save myself or anything else like that. Welcome, Yugi, welcome, DPK, and welcome anyone else who's here. We're streaming at this unusual time on Sunday morning, because I wanted to finish up this week and decide what we should do next week. Hello, Matzo, good to see you. And also because, you know, it's nice to give some people who are not in the US the ability to watch every now and then. Every now and then, of course, I'll get some Australians or something who are able to make it out, but that's not quite the same as our European friends, for whom watching me would mean that they had to be up at 2 in the morning or something along those lines. That is true. It is the wrong scene. Thank you very much. Now we're on the right scene and showing that donation goal. So we're working on donations to the Innocence Project today. The Innocence Project works to help wrongly incarcerated people by using DNA evidence and other things to exonerate those who have been wrongfully imprisoned, as well as to work on reforms to the criminal justice system. There is our first death of the day. Up to 117 deaths. I'm glad that counter didn't restart. So I'll be donating $1 extra for every death. We already did a $116 donation on the end of the last stream on Monday, but I will be donating for every extra death. We'll do a little bit of math and make donations to the Innocence Project, and any donations you make will go directly to the Innocence Project as well, except if you're not in the US, that's not going to work. So I apologize that is the case. I just remembered that this whole European-friendly timing streaming zone means that there might actually be some people here who are not from the US or Canada. Soybomb has already made his attempt and discovered that the software didn't work, so you know, I think I'll be okay. Overall, I'm okay. Yeah, actually, this money will come directly from, you know, I got a bonus this week at work for writing a good explanation of the YouTube Partner Program changes for internal consumption by my coworkers. Not all that different from the ones that are that I have shared in this stream. So, you know, it's okay. I got a nice, you know, thank you from my coworkers, and at Google you actually have the ability to give out thank you awards to your coworkers. They're called G Thanks or peer bonuses for doing something really awesome, and my write-up on the topic got me a peer bonus from one of my coworkers. So they're paying for this. So hello, Koodle. Yep, early stream, short stream. It's probably only going to be about 45 minutes or an hour. We're just going to finish up the Super Mario Bros. 3 World 8 thing. So look, I'm not gonna pretend here that I like all of the aspects of Stream Now's autosave. I think the biggest issue is just that when you edit things, it gets really confused, right? It stores we haven't updated things. Hey, Jake Baller. At IHOP. IHOP on a Sunday morning. Nothing more American than that. Fucking hell. I was doing much better the first time through this level. I made it past, like, you know, at least 3 cannons that time. Oh, fuck. I was thinking that was going to be one of the bomb guys and just completely screwed myself. Alright, we're done. It's fine. There's no problems here. I don't know what you're talking about. Everything's fine. Deep breaths. Alright. So far, we're at 6 deaths. Again, my original guess on how many deaths it was going to take me here was 150. And, yeah. Well, so the biggest problem that it has, I think, is that the update that happens for you, right? The biggest thing that I've noticed, at least, is that when I'm updating multiple fields, right? So I'll edit the description, and Stream Now will, while I'm editing the description, decide, or when I finish updating the description, Stream Now will be like, you know, hey, you know, he's done editing, we should save that. And while that happens, like while it's saving, I will go and start editing the game title. And as soon as it's done updating, it stores the like, I'm done updating bit. But if I have changed the game title or the stream title or description or anything else like that in the meantime, it will forget about that. So that's the problem I've observed. Which may be different than the problem you've observed, but if I'm cautious, usually it's okay. In this case, I actually even edited my my thing. Yes, it could. I don't disagree. And not all pages have it, right? Like the entire creator studio is just completely, you know, mixed up on this. So, like I think cards have a, I love that cards have a save button and end screens don't, or the other way around or something like that. And it's like, why are these two things different? Why would they not just be the same? So overall, I think that this is kind of a, yeah. It's silly. It's silly that we're so inconsistent, and it's silly that if we're going to be inconsistent, we're at least not good at the things that we choose to do. Silly, but not surprising, sadly. These things happen. Working for a big software company, it's just the way it goes. Okay, so those red guys don't pop out when I'm standing right on top of them. I mean, the reality is that the person who made that inconsistency happen probably left the company in, you know, 2012, right? This is one of the problems with having a relatively old product in terms of the web, is that, you know, a lot of the things that are around are the side effect of decisions in some cases that were made before, you know, frankly, some of the YouTube upload UI was probably made before, you know, dynamic saving of pages was really a common thing. I know that, you know, Gmail brought in the XML HTTP request. Gmail and Orkut both brought XML HTTP requests to the forefront in the modern web design paradigm, but yeah, there we go. Oh shit. Paperwork, guys. Ah, there we go. Alrighty, so with only 9 more deaths, we've made it through the first stage of this. So I think that there's actually a trick. I know that you can do this in the frog suit. I don't know if you can do it in other things as well, where you can actually swim underneath the ship. And if you just push the A button a whole lot, you can avoid all of this trouble and just swim underneath the ship. I saw that at one point. And because these are auto-scrollers, you get to see some more, you know, so usually speedruns, of course, wouldn't go in water if they could avoid it, but because this is an auto-scroller, the speedrun strat is actually, you know, safe and doesn't cost you a lot extra of time, and so people will do this. Ah, but see, I'm trying to not go broke, as you explained yourself, so I have no idea where I am. Oh, there I am. Like swimming around, I'm like, I have no idea where I am! I think I actually have a turbo button configured on this controller, but if I tried to figure it out, I would probably die in the process of working out which one it is, so... Of course, I'm probably gonna die to that bullet or something. There we go. Rule number 4 is CPG, so CPG should always cheat. Also, your death count was like not 121 at this point in the run, I'm pretty sure. I also did remember why I shouldn't do live streams at this time of day. My lovely window giving me this nice faded out glare thing that I got going on. So I'm just like all these other shitty YouTubers out there with crappy lighting and an ugly face. All right, give it. Yeah, you're literally taking someone who describes himself as he should cheat constantly in every single game he plays and criticizing him for doing something that isn't even quite cheating. I feel like maybe you've missed the point of the CPG. Fuck! Fuck! Focus, you fuck! As AVE would say. There we go. Aw, thank you, DPK. The point of CPG is to wear a cool hat and cheat. Nah, the point of CPG is to get through games as in as straightforward of a manner as possible, so that people can see the most gameplay. That's the thing. I guess in this case, the gameplay of jumping on the ship is sort of gameplay. I just don't consider it all that interesting. I guess I don't know. That's an interesting conversation to have with myself. So I could say, self, what is the point of CPG? And I'd say, well, my goal is to show people the games. And you could say, but if you're cheating, are you really showing people the games? And I'd be like, well, they're able to see more of the environments. They're able to see more of the enemies. They're able to see more of, you know, those things. And so I say, well, how do you achieve that? Well, you achieve that by, you know, playing in a straightforward manner. And it also explains why I have so much trouble with, like, super glitchy speedruns that just, like, clip through 73 walls or whatever else like that. And why the RNG manipulation of the Dragon Warrior, you know, gameplay is one of the things that I find most intriguing and interesting, is that by manipulating RNG to get rid of random encounters, to be able to get rid of a whole lot of the grinding and other things like that, the Dragon Warrior speedrun record at this point is doing a ton of luck manipulation that is, excuse me, oh, whoop, it's doing a lot of luck manipulation that helps, you know, get you through the game faster. Now, the problem that I have with that is that because you can manipulate yourself out of all random chance by doing the Dragon Warrior, you know, manipulation challenges, it is also the case that, oh, did I die again? Oh, thanks. I totally forgot. Yeah, I did. I died on that ship one time. Okay, good. Good. Thanks very much for catching me out on that, Soy Bomb. Appreciate it. But yeah, so you get to see significant parts of the game, but honestly, even that has too much manipulating the real gameplay out, because it does not, you know, as a result, you don't see big parts of the game. So it is not Monday already, Matus. This is a very special CPG stream where we are going to be finishing up Monday's No Power Up Super Mario Bros. 3 run in order to not to do that. No, I've been saying all week. I said during my puzzle stream, I said during my Mario stream, I've been saying all week that this was going to be a very special day to finish up this stream, because I wanted to get it done this week. So, because I know I only have about an hour of play left, and it didn't make sense to have an hour of play on a Monday night. That wouldn't make sense. I need to at least get to 11 o'clock before I can end the stream. Damn it. I knew I got it wrong as soon as I moved. The trick for those to skip through them is to land on them when the square is at the second position, so not at the outermost, and not at either of the two innermost positions, but the second most zoomed in part, and that will allow you to evade them. I assume that that's intentional. Like, I don't feel like that's glitching. I mean, that's not a bug. I assume that that was, like, designed to reward skill in that particular part in some way. Soy Bomb? No, it's not Soy Bomb's fault. Everything is CPG's fault, Matus. Rule number or something or other of CPG. I think it's 7 or 8. It's always Chris's fault. But yeah, I still need to figure out what I'm gonna play tomorrow. There's another death in there. The soy rage passing through to Matus. God damn it. I mean, Soy Bomb's answer would probably be some kind of Barbie magic game or something like that. My Little Pony. Is there a retro My Little Pony game? I feel like there probably is. Ow! That's correct, Mr. 32. Your lack of Pop-Tarts is my fault. I take full responsibility. There we go. Baited him, almost killed myself. Oh, I thought I was gonna jump over. Almost. This close. This close. I mean, everything is really this close. That's like an entire Mario, but, you know, that's besides the point. Okay. We're good. All's fine. Pretty sure that was the one I just did, wasn't it? Maybe not. I was too busy saying this close. You're right. Alright. Just about to run and get myself dead. Fuck! Okay, so you can't just bounce off that music block and bounce. You've got to, toss that death in there. You've got to do something different. You gotta get a running start is what you gotta do. God damn it. Well, I appreciate the thought, Soy Bob. Yeah, I don't know. So one of the things I've been considering doing for a while and haven't gotten around to is a Legend or a Return to Zork thing. Follow a Return to Zork walkthrough. So I did that once on a live stream in the very, very beginning when I started streaming. That was my like 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. slot was doing that. I could do that, Matus, but that would be cheating. And I'm not gonna cheat on Stingray's rules. It's not how it's gonna play here. Alright, there we go. But yeah, so that's been a consideration I've been making, would be to do that or some other... Fuck. How did I manage that before? It was very quick? I jumped higher? I don't know. If only he jumped a little higher, he wouldn't have caught his pants on fire. There we go. Not kill myself. Fuck. Bounced right over it. Alright. Get up the top. Get out the way. Get out the way. Shoot yourselves silly. Alright, so in order to hit my initial estimate, I would have to die no more than 24 more times. We're at 20 so far tonight, so it's not seeming good. I want to do it again. The problem is that I think if I just made my stream like, you know, playing Super Mario Bros. 3 without power-ups over and over again, people would kind of get bored. Hello, Evil Macaroni. Welcome to the stream. I'm the Chris who plays games, and you are welcome here today, where we are doing a Super Mario Bros. 3 no power-up run. We are finishing this off. We're only, you know, a little bit of time into this. We're 20 minutes in today, but we played this for 4 hours and 45 minutes on last Monday. Yeah, I mean, I realistically don't have enough sponsors to do sponsor-exclusive content. I get bored when there's not people to talk to, and having the, you know, 3 people who could make it to a sponsor-only stream show up is all well and good, but doesn't really make a crowd that's worth hanging out with. Not worth hanging out with. A great crowd worth hanging out with. It's just not a lot of fun, in my opinion. You know, when you got 1,000 people and you got 500 sponsors, sure, you can do some sponsor-only content, but otherwise it's just dull. Yeah, the problem that I have with doing things on Sundays at human time is that usually on Sundays, Mrs. CPG wants to go to church. So because of her foot, we have not been going to church. A 1-up does not count as a power-up, Evil Macaroni. It has no state effect change on Mario himself. So that's the criteria being used to determine that a 1-up is not a power-up. I realize that this may be arbitrary. I'm just following the rules as they are set out by Stingray Gaming, the person who's running this challenge, and maintaining the running leaderboard of competitors. Alright. There we go. So one thing that I definitely would change, and this is actually a question that I had, right? So in World 7, there's a coin palace that you have to use a power-up to complete. So in order to complete getting the P-switch that you need in order to complete the level, you have to get a power-up. Now, that coin switch, that P-switch, also gives you access to a ton of coins. Now, is it cheating to intentionally die in the coin palace so that you can grind more lives? Because going into that coin palace gives you because in order to do the coin palace in general, you have to have a power-up. Like, is that taking advantage of the fact that you have to have a power-up for that? Well, so the thing is that it does increase your death count by a small number, but for example, now this one has a 1-up in it, but if you're going to die a lot like I did on the World 7 airship stuff, rather than having to restart and recomplete 4 or 5 levels every time you die, you will have you will have lots of extra lives, and those extra lives will serve as a buffer so you don't have to restart the world. So I end up losing about 30 lives to just getting back to the airship on World 7. There we go. And coming up on the end, boom, star. So it's trading off 1, maybe 2 extra deaths to grind up a lot of lives, and you can get like 10 to 20 lives per round through there in order to trade that off. So yeah, because the World 7, getting back to the World 7 airship is difficult, because the World 7 levels for getting to the airship that you have to go through to get to the airship are hard. It could make sense to do that, because then you don't have to fight through those levels again. So you pay 1 extra death in order to not have to go through that as much. Shit! God damn it. So the trick here is that what you're supposed to do is just run. Oh, I guess not like that. There's a spot in 3-9 where you can get infinite lives without dying. Interesting. That's the underwater world, right? I'll have to look that up, see what I can figure out. Oh, thanks, TPK. I think just run... Nope, I guess not. I mean, I don't have to endure the waterfall thing, Matus. I could actually try and play through the level. I expect I would get more deaths that way than not, but it is an option. And then the other thing that I'll need to do soon is that in the next, in the castle world that's coming up soon... I don't remember how to do this. What's the trick here? There we go. So in the castle world that's coming up, I will actually need to use a power-up because it is impossible to get the P-switch without it. And you need the P-switch. That's not a power-up. Are you my mommy? You are a power-up. Thank you very much. Wait, is it exempt entirely? Is using the cloud? No, you don't want to use I don't want to use a cloud, because if I use a cloud, then I can't get back here when I die in the World 8 castle. So that would not work for me. Alright, so I think that this is also a power-up on the left here, so let's find out. Yes, so you have to be very comfortable with your skill in order to do that. Alright, go. Don't actually think that is what I want, but that's fine. If you die, yeah, but if you lose all your lives, then you end up back at the beginning of the world, and you have to go back through 1, 1, 1, 2. So that works fine if you have enough lives to not. That works fine if you have enough lives to not die on the final castle, which is probably true of you, but not true of me. I don't even know where to go. Oh, okay. I feel like I just cheated, and I don't know how to feel about that. I don't think it was my fault, but I still feel like I cheated. Yeah, I mean, in CPG you should always cheat, but I kind of wonder if that was the intended mechanic. That can't be the intended mechanic, right? Because the only door that's visible from the P-switch, but it still feels very weird. Yeah, so this door here gets unblocked. But then, in order to get through, I don't know. So this one is actually one where I think it was either Corridor or Rocket Jump did a, like a first-person Mario 3D. Oh, that's right. I was supposed to lose that. I was supposed to lose that more intentionally, but I'm gonna take that as okay. Alright. There's a death. But if I die... If I die on the tank level, even, like, and lose all my lives, I only get pushed back there? It doesn't restart me at the beginning of World 8. Oh, it didn't matter. I didn't die, so that's fine. Using the cloud is actually a little bit more fair since you don't have the power-up coming into this level. It's kind of more the intent of the run. But yeah, so I would love to get better at this. I would love to be able to do it quicker, and I would love to be able to do it, but I feel like if I made every Monday night just practicing Super Mario Bros. 3, I'd be like those people who practice speedruns all the time, and I know they get like attention, but it's not the type of thing that I want for the community of people who hang out here, because I like hanging out with all you and showing you different games and showing you what's out there. So but yeah, so just following a walkthrough of a adventure game like a point and click or something like that is something I've considered doing for a while, and have not. They are very strangely designed tanks, I agree. Yeah, exactly, Soy Mom. Well, so Return to Zork is the biggest one, right? Like, that's the one that I remember playing so much as a kid, and I had it, unlike the King's Quest games or other things like that, which I did not own myself. I guess the trick is that in this castle, there's actually a 1-up, isn't there? I feel like there's a 1-up in this top right corner. So long as you don't die stupidly at the beginning here, you can always get here and pick up the 1-up. and you should never run out of lives once you're to this part, even if you die. So I guess that does change it. Explains why using the clav works. Oh boy. Yeah, the big thing is that I have, you know, I obviously don't want to play these games without a walkthrough, because I feel like, frankly, they're just not all that interesting. Without a walkthrough, they are... Because 99% of your time is looking around for the thing you were supposed to have found, you know, 45 minutes ago. And I think that that's not super interesting gameplay. So by doing a walkthrough, again, you can just focus on the things that people enjoy. Alright. How many times is Bowser gonna kill me? I don't know, Evil. I honestly have no idea. So what's the last one you did, Soybum? And did you enjoy it? I mean, that's the key thing for me, is that I never really know if I'll enjoy it, if the audience will enjoy it. Return to Zork, I know the game pretty well, so I can tell stories about it. A lot of these others I don't. I think DPK actually suggested that I play Starship. No, what was it? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which I think was a point-and-click adventure. That was like the first game recommendation that was made in my game recommendation form, and every time I look at it and go, ugh, I should really do that, but... Starship Titanic, there you go. Whoa, fuck. Alright, we're coming up on those 150 deaths. We got 5 left to make it through here. Let's see if we can do it. We did get to Bowser once, which is good. Unfortunately, we died to him, which is bad. Little by little, we will make our way through. My top 10 most viewed videos are all silly. Like, in my top 10, 3 of them are ones that's like, you know, you randomly got recommended to all of India on this day. And I know it, like, I recognized it at the time. I'm like, for some reason, this stream is being widely recommended in India. Like, people who would not be here, like, watched for short times, poked their heads in, said hi, and will never come back. And then my Crash Bandicoot stream early in 2016 had that, the same thing because of, that. Oh, okay, hi. Yeah, no, I didn't get shot. I don't know what you're talking about. I feel like it's interesting that this pattern is not actually random, like I would have assumed it was. Like, it's on a set timer, and it's based on how you scroll across the screen, rather. Not timer, but, you know, horizontal timer, whatever that is. Come at me, bro. Can you spit up this high? Hopefully not. But you can. Can you get me? Come on. Ha ha ha! But yeah, so I could do that for a little while. I could do that, like, you know, once a month. I could do another Super Mario Bros. 3 playthrough and make it a Sunday morning thing that went into Sunday afternoon. So DPK, if I did 4 hours of streaming starting at the 10:30 time slot I started at now, would that actually fit for you and other Europeans who might be here? Thank you, Mario, but your princess is in another castle. That's not correct. Just kidding. Alright, so that was 145. 145 minus 16. 116 is another $39. Did I do that math right? No, I didn't. That's wrong. $29. Another I was thinking 30 is what I was actually thinking. So we're gonna throw another set of dollars at myself. That dollar holla going to the Innocence Project. So we are close, but didn't quite make the $300 goal that I set, but that's okay. I don't mind. I appreciate all the people who donated to the Innocence Project, who hung out with me and had a good time as we played the game. So it has been a fun run, it has been a fun time, and I appreciate all of it. That's a 29, 116, 145 minus 116. That is 29, right? I'm not crazy. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Freeing the wrongly incarcerated in video games and in life. Go Innocence Project. I love that I am like very carefully typing out a message that will only ever be seen by me. That's very good. Yeah. So overall, I'm happy that the Innocence Project, the Super Chat for Good, was able to be as effective as it was. But I hope that we can expand it to other countries outside the US, because, you know, that would be good. Thank you all for stopping by. Again, this was just going to be a brief stream to finish this off. Now, if you have ideas for if you have thoughts on what I should play tomorrow, I think I'm not going to do a point and click tomorrow because I want to do more prep for that. I want to actually play through and like understand, have a walkthrough, and the biggest thing is, you know, making something that is matching the kind of time of 4 hours that I want to play for. So, so if we look at, I guess we can look at my list of games. You have too many ideas. Too many ideas. Games to play. Alright, so yeah. The oldest thing in the list for games to play is, let's pause this, be quiet you. Oh, that's me. Good job donating me.
The wrongly incarcerated, in video games and in life. Go Innocence Project.
So yeah, Starship Titanic, originally suggested back in 2016. I'm not going to play Back to the Future, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, or Friday the 13th, or Iron Sword. These are all games that are like listed on the worst games of the NES, so not super excited about that. Golden Sun, never heard of it. Maybe I should do some Game Boy Advance. I've never done any Game Boy before. Hack and Slash is obviously not a retro game. Pac-Man World, no. Stanley Parable's not retro. Alien vs. Predator on the SNES. Okay. Golden Sun's an RPG. Got it. Conker's Bad Fur Day. That's long too, but it's a 3D platformer. I might consider that. I had 2 people recommend Crash Team Racing on the same day, because they said I should play it, and I said you should put it in the forum, so they did. Mega Man 7 I've played, Galaga I've played, Mortal Kombat I'm not gonna play, Soul Blazer. It's not gonna be Battletoads. I played Battletoads. Played Battletoads, and I played most of Battletoads, and I got most of the way through it, and then I realized that there was a portion of it that I would never play because it requires you to make like the second to last level requires you to make a bunch of, you know, very almost frame perfect moves. So yeah, so if you want to just watch that over and over again, then you can, but it's not going to be for me. Oh, Glover. So Glover is the other one, right? So Glover and Conker's Bad Fur Day are 2 kind of 3D platformers I haven't played. Earthbound's an RPG. There's no TMNT on the N64. Okay, so that's just people being stupid. Super Castlevania 4, I think, is too... I'm not sure if it's too long. I might look at that. All right, so let's bold some of these that I'm thinking about. So we'll think about... I think I've done Final Fight. Conker's Bad Fur Day, despite the fact that the person who suggested it is being silly. Glover. The Sonic misspelling, by the way, is someone being a troll. Pretty sure that was Gamer Guide commentaries. Gotcha. Okay, so Super Castlevania 4 is possible. Journey is modern. Child of Light, don't know anything about it. Team Fortress 2, nope. Mega Man X. Should I go back and play the Mega Man X series? I don't know. It should be linked in the description below. Look, it's towards the bottom. There's a bunch of like social media links. It's in there. Also, maybe game forum, like that. I feel like Nightbot knows it, but I don't know how he knows it anymore because people don't often ask. Gotcha. Incredible Hulk. No, probably not. Mega Man X. All right, I'm gonna put a question mark there. Maybe we'll get around to that. Time for the Super Nintendo. Is that a thing? I've never heard of Time. Okay, not crazy. Fusion Fall Retro, Mirror's Edge 2D. I looked at this. I'm never gonna play. I should just strike this through. Actually, that's what italics meant. Italics meant I have not played this and I won't. Gex 1, Enter the Gecko. I guess Gex 1 is before Enter the Gecko. The Swappa, that's modern. Rise of the Triad. Ghostbusters. I might consider Ghostbusters. Oopsie. So there's multiple Ghostbusters games, I feel like, and one of them was really bad. And yeah. So Stingray, my final number was 145. You were asking, 145 was my official final number. No worries. It was not, no worries at all. You had to do the Isaac Daily, man. H1Z1, that's never gonna happen. Mother 3. So Mother 3 is from the Earthbound series, right? It's another RPG. So RPGs I keep around because one of these days I feel like I'm gonna maybe do it. So I got another recommendation a year or like several months later for Conker's Bad Fur Day. So maybe I'll go back and think about that. Spelunky and The Witness are both modern. Abduction is modern. Battlezone, I still want to do at some point, but that's not going to be a full stream. And like emulating arcade games is so freaking hard. Ugh, it's such a pain in the butt. Two people suggested Under a Killing Moon, which I think is very long. Tohu, GTA 5. I've actually considered doing a brief GTA 5 stream, just like doing some of the story mode stuff. I enjoy it when I play it, but I don't get enough time to play it. So Stingray, you got any votes on what I should play? So I think I've played the McDonald's game on the NES, but so Stingray, this is for tomorrow. I'm thinking about what game to play tomorrow. So Black Ops 3, never gonna happen. Afterburner, probably never gonna happen, but I'm not willing to rule it out. Blake Stone, cool, but I've, you know, I don't know. Oh, really? Okay, so the McDonald's game is actually decent. I will consider that. I do like that Cuphead got recommended and before in like April, and I didn't even know about it until September. Like I'd seen it and gone by it, but just scrolled past it every time. So, Double Dragon Neo remake. Nope, these are not retro. Not retro. Yeah, so I got some. Roblox is never gonna happen. SimCity 4. So I am unlikely to play SimCity 4. If I was gonna play something in that space, I would probably play more City Skylines. Pokemon Red and Blue, I feel like are not short. Because Kat's playing Pokemon Red, and she's like 17 episodes into it, isn't she? Or is that a different game than the Pokemon Red that I'm thinking of? Maybe Fire Red is different than Red. I like that I have 3 Pokemon recommendations, 2 of which came on the same day, admittedly, but 1 which did not. So clearly someone loves Pokemon. But yeah, I don't know. So I think for Monday it'll probably be Glover or Conker's Bad Fur Day. I'll start playing those and just kind of slowly make my way through them. Oh, it probably is, and he's probably not 8. I think he's 14. I'm pretty sure I know who it is. So, So yeah, that gives me a few ideas. Oh, and you said Castlevania 4 isn't as hard as Castlevania 3, so maybe I'll consider Super Castlevania 4. I'll look up how long that's supposed to be. I don't think we'll do that right away though, because we just finished Castlevania 3. So we'll probably do Glover or Conker's Bad Fur Day on Monday, or maybe Mega Man X. Have I done a Mega Man recently? I feel like I haven't. So. Anyway. So yeah, you can see I do have this form. I have played a lot of these, right? I've played Carmen Sandiego, I've played Batman, I've played Cuphead and Orbox and Sparkster and Life Goes On, Bubble Bobble, Wario's Woods, which I'm actually good at, Strider and Kayla Icarus, Cool Borders, fixed the URL in my description. Hello, Norian. We're just wrapping up. I'm picking out what game to play tomorrow, which I think is going to be either Glover or Fucker's Bad Fur Day, with Castlevania 4 coming up probably in, let's see, I finished Castlevania 3 2 weeks ago. So we'll say not this Monday. We'll put one more in there. So we'll do maybe 2 weeks of Glover if it takes that long, and then move on to Super Castlevania 4. So that gives me something to look forward to. I mean, being an all-anything channel is just not fun. But if I was going to be an all-anything channel, I would definitely choose Super Mario Bros. 3 over Mario Maker. But yeah, so thanks everybody for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. Again, if you want to and are based in the US, you can donate to the Innocence Project via the Super Chat for Good link. All of your money goes directly to the charity. YouTube even, or Google even covers the transaction fees and everything else like that. So yeah. Thank you. Yeah, Stingray, I love the idea of the Stanley Parable, but it's not going to happen for exactly that reason. So I need to somehow figure out a way to accept that I don't get to talk all the time before I can do these heavy narration-based games. It's the same reason I haven't done Life is Strange. It's a very similar idea that I would like to... I would like to do them, but there's so much narration that they're not really great. So Starship Titanic, maybe I'll do that someday. Anyway. So thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. 145 deaths in this Super Mario Bros. 3 No Power Up Challenge. It's been lovely to have all of you here, hanging out, having fun, both Monday and today. Unfortunately, I do have other things I've got to do today, so I am not able to keep playing something new. But I'll be back tomorrow night, Monday, 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be playing that, and then Friday we'll be doing something other than putting a puzzle together. Take care. Have a great Sunday, or whatever day it is for you. And I will catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye. So I've got to start streaming again and see if maybe this stays with the same event, just so Stingray can know, can hear my thank you for the $145 super chat for good to the Innocence Project, corresponding to the $145 donation I made myself for the Super Mario Bros. 3, No Power Up Challenge. Thank you very much, Stingray, for the donation. I appreciate it. And thanks for doing the challenge. It's been fun to go through and fun to play with. So thank you very much. Appreciate the $145 super chat for good to the Innocence Project. And now I'm really gone. Thanks. Bye-bye.